for 50 minutes, you have understood 50% of TOK. Our main task is how to write TOK essay. Okay? How to write TOK essay. And you may ask me, what about the remaining 50%? Are you asking me? No. Yes, if you are asking me, the remaining 50% you will understand after reading this booklet. So there are 20 pages. If you read this word to word perfectly, then you will understand what is TOK, how to write TOK essay, what are the conditions necessary to become an A grade TOK essay. You are going to score A grade. You have to aim for the A grade. Because A grade simply gives you 3 points. There are total how many points, Sumagi? How many points in the diploma program? 42. Okay, 42. That is each subject is 7.6 subjects, 42. Plus there is a bonus point of 3. The 3 points you will get from here. Not only TOK, it is linked with, can you tell me it is linked with what? The TOK is linked with what to get the 3 points? I am asking questions. Huh? Yes, correct. I am asking the questions, you have to answer, because our job is you are going to think critically. I am not going to talk for 50 minutes. So you are going to, so it means you have understood that 3 points are given bonus points. Anaka, the 3 points you will score by writing in the examination hall or writing the essay at home. Is it an examination oriented test? At home, correct, she is correct. So you are going to write the essay at home and you are getting 3 points. Not just TOK essay, but remember it's linked with extended essay. The meaning of extended essay means that essay is little beyond. This is 1600 words. 1600 words. That is, the word is doubled. Means that is why it is called as extended essay is more than the TOK essay. Now, when you are going to write at home, then why can't you score 3 points easily? Nichita, am I correct? Can you score all the 3 points? Yes? Difficult. Okay. Huh? You are Mexican, you are Nana. Okay, Nana. So, Nana, so you say it is difficult. Now, then let me ask, how many of you want to score A grade? Put your hands up. How many of you want to score A grade? I could see all the answers. Very good, I am happy. You can. You can. It's only because you are given not 5 minutes, not 5 hours, not 5 days, not 5 weeks. You are given 6 months to write this. Because you are given the title 6 months before the examination, 6 months before you submit to your teacher. So that means your job is, see, in full grade 11, you are going to understand how to write the TOK essay. When you enter grade 12 in the month of March, you are given the titles. 6 titles are given. Out of that, you have to select one of them. All these are written in this. Whatever I am saying, it is written in this booklet now. So even if you are not able to retain in your memory, you can go home and refer it. So that is nothing to write. Just listen. So 6 months is given. See, anybody can write an essay if given some time, depending upon the time now. Suppose normally the extempore speech means what? Given 5 minutes, the next 5 minutes you give a speech on that topic. Accordingly, the quality will be less, but you will be able to speak. You can win the debate competition and so on. But here, since 6 months is given, so you are supposed to write a good TOK essay. Good TOK essay. It is not just in 1 day you are writing, not in 2 days. You are given 6 months. So our job is to train you how to write the essay. So what is the definition of TOK? And as I told you, this is a compulsory program. If you are not submitting this essay, then you may be scoring 42 points. If you don't submit this essay, Arisa, what will happen? Yes? You will not be? The diploma program you will not get. You will not get the certificate of diploma program. You will get certificate of all the 6 subjects with 7 points each category, 42 you will get. So it is necessary to submit. So that is why it is called as mandatory, and it is a core program. Core means it is nothing linked with the subject. It is a compulsory program. There are 3 such compulsory programs. Which are the 3 programs compulsory? Core program. Which are the 3 core programs? Yes. Am I correct? Name is correct?
Yes, correct.
CAS. TOK. Very good. So, and the TOK and the extended essay only gives 3 points. That is the 3 bonus points. Whereas CAS, I am not saying CAS is not important. I am saying CAS is important, but you have to complete the social service activity. So all these 3 are important, and you must, if you, the front page is the matrix, how the points are given, front page. I will ask a question. Just look at this front page for 2 minutes. It will, some parents are waiting, I'll just. So front page, I'm going to ask you to think critically. That is, when do you get or when do you lose a diploma? There are different grades are given. You look at this and let me know. I will ask, specify the student, when do you lose the diploma? You may get 42 points. You are submitting the TOK essay, but still, after submitting the TOK essay, there is a condition. After submitting the TOK essay, still you may lose the diploma. What is the condition? I am asking. This is Nanami. Under what condition you lose the diploma, even though you submit the TOK essay? It is written in the front page. Yes? If you don't turn it, no, that is not shown here. If you look at the matrix, that observation table, that matrix, that tabular form, it is written clearly. Failing condition. Failing condition means you don't get diploma. Under what condition? Yes? Correct. Grade E. There are 5 grades now. Like it? What are those 5 grades? E. Correct. That's all. So you should not get E grade now. The E grade is like it is like 0 mark. As if the essay is not worth for this level, your level. Then they can give 0 mark, that tends to as E grade. So if you get D grade, no problem. You will get the diploma, but you may not get the 3 points now. As you look at this, the first row, D grade in TOK and A grade in excellent essay, you are going to get 2 points. So this matrix you digest afterwards. Now, so this is what I say, that TOK is taught at present by a history teacher, isn't it? History? Or which subject teacher is teaching you? Who is teaching which? That is. So, but it is necessary that every teacher can discuss in their subject curriculum. Any teacher, it is written, which is taught by all the teachers. It is supposed to be, but they don't have a special period after completing a unit, or after a month, or after a midterm examination. They can link how science is linked with TOK, how maths is linked with TOK, because you are having many areas of knowledge, many ways of knowledge. So where all these subject comes from, all the 6 subjects will come. So every teacher should discuss, but I'm not saying that every period is not possible. Every week may not be possible, but at least every month or every examination they may discuss. Okay? But this, some special 2 periods are allotted every week. That is, today it is taken by your history teachers. So this is the meaning of, this is the simple meaning of IB-TOK. That is how you know what you know. If somebody is saying some truth, do you immediately accept? Or to accept, then what are the conditions required? That is, suppose if I am saying the Prime Minister of Japan is, Prime Minister of Japan is what? Shinzo Abe. Shinzo Abe. So that is a knowledge. To accept or not. To accept or not. Then it has, you have to check the truth. Is it really true? Then you have to check the belief. Then you accept the knowledge. Means combination of truth and the belief. It is just like in mathematically we call it as the intersection. If both are together, then you can accept the truth. So that is how we say that, how we know that he is the Prime Minister and under what condition you will come to know. Like this, every time you have to ask questions critically. When you are asking questions, there are 6 commands of questions. There are 6 commands. Any question can be asked with that 6th word. So I want you to think critically which are those 6 words. Kana, can you tell me a question starting with which word? It can be what commanding language you can to start a question. What should be the language? First word. How? Okay, that's correct. Number 1. Sakura, can you? Why? And Ryosuke? What? Good. 3 we have covered. Okay. Honoka? Where? 4 we have covered. Okay. Kamoi?
What?
They said how, where, what, when. Who, correct? And the last one. Arisa? Yes, then there is one more is left now. Because so far they covered 5 only, no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is a 6th. I think you are not listening. I am listening. Yes?
I can't remember.
I remembered. I know that the 6th one is still left. Or anybody can say, anybody. But that is why you have to listen. Toru, can you say? Yes? Because when somebody is saying, actually you are also supposed to listen. Like you are remembering, okay. Okay, should I say that 6th one? Of course, they will say that this is not repeated. That is, I am not repeating what I said. Why? Why is not said by
No,
anyone?
Mr. Nagesh, I said why, and the remaining thing is which.
Which? You said why?
I said why.
Okay, so there is a memory retention problem. So there's which is that is the one which was missing. So there are, I think the 5 words are starting with a W. Only one what Anna said is starting with H now. So all these, most of the questions are starting with those 6 words. 5 are starting with a W. The last one is with H. So if you ask this question before writing the essay, then you collect the evidence. With the evidence you are writing. So that is a simple meaning of how we know what we know. So here, what it says that IB-TOK offers students and their teachers an opportunity to reflect critically through ways of knowing and through areas of knowing. Ways of knowing means immediately. Through which way? Areas of knowing means it will go beyond and you will find out the evidence from the area. It is just like ways of knowing is, it is very closer to us. Use that tool as the WOK, ways of knowing, and then find out the evidence from the area. Now, so because our essay has to depend on first understand the title, then find out the knowledge, what question you can raise from that knowledge, that is knowledge question. That knowledge question falls in which ways of knowing, identify, then you will give the evidence from which area of knowing. These are the things you have to, in a sequence you have to write it. In a sequence you have to write it. Now, let me ask, how many ways of knowing are there? Ready? How many ways of knowing are there? You can read it. How many? I just asked the number. Not 9. If you are counting, are you counting wrong? From where you are counting? It is not 9. You count it properly. It is written there. It is not 9. Huh? Oh, you are going beyond the limit. Okay, Nanaka, how many ways of knowing? WOK. In short, they call it as WOK. Okay, already. This is critically they are thinking now. They are already good. No problem. It is there. It is in our text now. You open that. Open the booklet. You will see the ways of knowing. You can now open the text and then tell me how many are there. 8 are there. 8 ways of knowing. So the ways of knowing is very closer to the knowledge. Very closer to the knowledge. Now late. Okay, welcome. Take this. Okay, now there are 8 ways of knowing. In fact, you have to, any topic title is always having some knowledge through one of the ways. You have to at least discuss with, if they don't specify the number of ways of knowing, at least one you have to pick up, and one from areas of knowing. Since now the text is with you, now, okay, how many areas of knowing are there? How many areas of knowing? 8. So actually, all are displayed here now. Only you just got mixed up everything now. All are here only. 8 areas of knowing is little beyond. So you see, though it is, as you read, you will understand now. Mathematics, natural science. Next is the human science, history. Then the arts. Then comes the ethics. Then religious knowledge system, indigenous knowledge system. Like this, 8 are there. I'm not asking you to memorize all this because you are going to write the essay at home, opening all that. But these tools are used. These tools are used. That you should see that your essay has all this, at least one of the ways of knowing is involved. One of the area of knowing is involved. Then you can write the essay properly. It prompts the students to think critically and making the complexity of knowledge with personal and external evidences. Means you are going to support the essay with personal evidence, means it might have happened in your life, or if you don't have anything, through external, means somebody has narrated to you. It can be your great grandmom or great grandparents or your teacher in the class. You can make use of the evidences narrated by you, or you read it somewhere, some book. You have to write the evidence. Because without evidence, it won't become a good essay now. That is what they say, that you must write your personal interaction, evidence. See, you have lived for so many years. It's just a simple question to ask. That is, Toru, how many years you have lived so far? How many years you have lived in this world? Around? 3. It's just your age only. Your age is suppose 15. 3 years. Okay. Okay, then it's okay, let us think critically. He says that he suddenly became from 12 to 15. That is cloned at the age of 12. So even if you have 3 years of remembrance, you can remember something you may remember in the last 3 years. That something must have happened. So that you can use it as a memory. One of the ways of knowing says that memory. 8th one is the memory now. So you remember that and then write the evidence. Because I remember, not right from the age of 1, at least right from the age of 5. My memory says that at the age of 5, I burnt my little finger. And I burned because I wanted to touch the flame, the candle flame, to know what happens. It is burned. And then, so that is how you remember through the memory that flame is dangerous. Keep yourself away. So this is some kind of memory, you should use it as a evidence. So here, this is the working definition, same thing. So let me, these are the, what we discussed. Now this is it belongs to ways of knowing. It belongs to ways of knowing. But which ways of knowing? Tell me. Very good. Correct, it is emotion. Ayaka said it correctly. So see this, you are able to think that. So sometime through emotion, you can discuss your topic title. Through sadness or angry, scared, tender, excited, happiness, and so on. These are emotion. Now, if you ask me, the sense of perception, because that is the second way of knowing. How many sense of perception is there? How many sense?
5.
Okay. 5. Which are the 5?
Sight,
Okay.
hearing,
Okay.
touching,
Huh? Okay.
tasting,
Huh? Tasting. Okay. Fine.
smelling.
Okay. And there is 6th also. No? 6th also. 6th is called as ESP now. ESP, the 6th sense. Able to think that somebody is thinking something. It's intuition now. It is intuition. Actually, sense of perception has a link with the intuition. Intuition is one of the ways of knowing. Something, it induces you. There is something can happen. Just like the snake, it suddenly crawls out around here and there. Means there can be a earthquake, because when the snake moves here and there, there is your intuition, that is, there can be an earthquake. Let us keep ourselves away from the damages and so on. So it is your intuition. So that is a sense of perception and intuition. Both are two different ways of knowing, but they are interlinked. So you are able to think critically. So this is how you have to use it at the right situation. And this is the area of knowing. This is the situation. That is what I said, that whenever you are given a title, suppose I'm just giving a random title now. Let me think of a title. Everybody is not as smart as me. Do you agree or disagree? So just don't take it seriously. Just this is the statement I'm giving. Everybody is not as smart as me. Do you agree or disagree? And what is a knowledge question you can raise through this statement? Edit. Start. Because I gave you the title. I'll repeat again. Everybody is not as smart as me. Do you agree this or disagree? This is the title given. So you have to immediately recognize what should be the knowledge question. Don't worry, just you read the title again and again. What knowledge? Yes. What question you can recognize or you can develop from that title? Because that question you have to raise first. Unless you raise the question, you cannot move further now. Okay, good. It's a good question. See, use that. In what way Nagesh is smarter than everyone? It's a good question. So then, once you develop that question, then find out from this question which ways of knowing I can go and which areas of knowing I can go. That is what you have to go. Through areas of knowing means through some incidents you have to mention, through some ways of knowing means it is one of those 8 should fit in that knowledge question. So immediately you may have different knowledge question. It is not necessary that you all have to be the same. Correct? See, if I have to ask, because immediately I use the keyword smart. So I can make a question that does the smartness remain the same for all of us? That's the smartness. The keyword smartness. Is it necessary to be the same for all of us? It can be any question. Then you have to start discussing with that question. In this, how many words you have to write? Okay. 1600 words. 1600 words you have to write. It is normally we say that 300 words is 1 page. So around 5 pages, typed pages, 5 pages you have to write. So this is how you have to proceed. So you have to recognize the question. Now I can give, let me go further. See, this is what it says. First, you will recognize a knowledge question from the title. Then develop the question. That is what she was doing. She was trying to read, remember the title, and then she developed the question. Then this is the TOK word now. Then the TOK word, once you know the question, where it fits, in which ways of knowing, you have to identify any one of the 8 ways, and which areas of knowing you have to identify. Then go to the real world. TOK world is limited to identifying the knowledge question, the ways of knowing and areas of knowing. Then go to real world. There you have to find out your life's evidence, either personal or shared from others. Then you have to link it, and then further. So you are given 6 months time to write this. That is why it cannot be. You can write in 1 day also, but then it may not be of that good quality. When they are given 6 months time, so it should be a perfect one. Evidence should be acceptable, and so on. So this is the meaning of this. Is the actual, you will understand. The lower part is the TOK word, and the upper part is the real word. So let me. In general, it is just like in short. We can say every time you plan, act, observe, reflect. This is a cycle now. So you have to always have a good planning, then execute it, then observe the result, then reflect. That is what the essay says. First you plan your essay, then execute it, observe. You may have to redraft again and again. Normally, what do you think, how many times you can redraft? In 6 months, how many times? I will ask this question to Toru. How many times you normally, suppose you are given a title to write the essay, you are given 6 months time, how many times you prefer to redraft again and again, either through digital format or manually? How many times you like to redraft? How many times? Just number I am asking. Yes? 10. Okay. Sakura? 6. Kana? 5. Ayaka? 8. Is there anybody like to redraft more than that or lesser than that? Anybody is going beyond 10? Okay, now I'll say I would have redrafted 25 times.
25.
So it is a 5-page, again and again, because 6 months is given, every week I will redraft. Because the more you redraft, it becomes pure, fine. It is like polishing the diamond now. The more you polish, it shines. So that is what you should not be lazy in redrafting again and again. Because every time when you redraft, it may be 25 times, but that much time is given to you. 6 months means 180 days. So 25 times you can easily, every 5 days you can go on redraft, and you can, it is better now to get, remember that you are going to get that A grade. You all raise the hand for A grade. So why not you work little bit more? There is a saying now, no gain without complete, no gain without pain. So that is why you have to redraft. The teacher also will tell you. So some students, what happens? The last month they just do the fun. Only once they write and then submit it. That is not that good essay.
So you suggest to them that they should read 25 times?
Oh, yeah, I would have written.
Okay, and every time they read,
Yes, they can.
draft it,
They
and
themselves can
naturally they may find some
the
mistakes,
mistakes, some grammatical
come up
mistakes.
with some sort of changing.
Yes, yes.
It's, they
Correct.
can, every
Correct.
time they find it that way,
Correct,
they
correct.
do
Yes.
change it.
So every time there can be a grammatical mistake, there can be this is a situation mistake, there can be a de-link. It is not properly linked. So every time when you rewrite, you will see the changes in this. So this is how you should not hesitate to. It is a kind of laborious work, but you should not hesitate to do that. It is all the same thing. Always you share your experience, apply it, generalize. You know, different ways of putting the same thing. That is what I said, that when you say you have got a knowledge, it is not by truth alone, not by belief alone. It is a combination of intersection of both. So this is called as the area of. This comes under which area? Which area of knowing? Hmm? Huh? In the area of knowing, you will put it as which one? This is, by looking at the figure, the knowledge is accepted because there is a truth, there is a belief, it is accepted. It falls in which area of knowing? History. Okay, you can choose history, correct? It's correct, it is accepted. Anybody else want to choose? Which one? Religious knowledge. Religious knowledge, I'm just thinking, religious knowledge system. I'm also thinking, can it fit in the religious knowledge system? No, I don't think, because the religious knowledge system is like here we have Sundays off, isn't it? Here. Whereas in Arabian countries, Fridays are off for all the schools on Fridays. So that is called as a religious knowledge system. Why? Because that is a spiritual day now. For them, Friday is a spiritual day. They keep them off. For here, there may be a spiritual day, Sunday, where you keep them off. That comes under religious knowledge system. So it is, history is correct because it's a truth and belief. Or looking at the figure, we can even say mathematics. Agreed? It is the intersection of two concepts. Intersection of two concepts. You can say, so you can fit, that is why sometimes for a given question there can be 5-6 answers. All are acceptable. For a given question there can be 5-6 answers. So that is why it is not, we cannot say this is wrong, that is wrong, but you have to give explanation. So when she said religious knowledge system, that nobody will accept because it doesn't fall in that category. So Everything happens for some reason. So you have to find out what is that. This reason is itself is another ways of knowing reason. Itself it's one of the ways of knowing. So this is the, always ask yourself in the class, critically ask questions. That is what I said in the beginning. There are 6 ways of asking the questions. Ask questions, find out evidences, find out examples, think critically. Then you can link, organize the draft properly. So don't hesitate to write 25 times if required. Then you can write the essay perfectly. So this is the tips. That is what it says, that inter-collaborative program, which sometime you must have seen in the library, where all subject teachers were coming and they were giving ideas. Because sometimes in the class individually all teachers may not discuss always, but a TOK class is conducted in the library where all subject teachers came. Did you observe? You were there? Maybe for grade 12 was there. Maybe you will have that lesson now. You will have that lesson when all teachers will come, they will discuss. That is the inter-collaborative program. That time you can ask the evidence from different areas of knowing now, because all 6 subjects are filling in one of the areas of knowing. So through the IOK, you can easily, that is the IOP now. What I said is inter-collaborative program or ICP. Inter-collaborative program or inter-lecture series. And so there are different names, or interdisciplinary lecture, IDL. So many terms are used. In other words, that where all different subject teachers are involved, you can discuss with them and find out which area your title can fit under. So that will form a good essay. That is what again it is said that your knowledge question is very important. Or any title is given, first you may think, say in 2-3 minutes you get the question, but it is not really 2-3 minutes. You think for weeks, months, and then write the knowledge question. So you are able to think in 2-3 minutes. So this is the training given in the year 1. So let me check one title. This is the same thing, it is repeated. It's a kind of tips for the writing the essay. This is already we discussed. These are the 6 questions you should raise before writing a good essay. I just want to give you the one title, which was, this is natural science, which is actually more easy to adopt. Natural science is one of the areas of knowing, because here the results are reproducible, repeatable, reliable. You can easily guess that, you can easily give the evidence perfectly. So that is why very often most of the students choose AOK as natural science. So because it's all proved now, nobody can challenge it, it's proved one. So this is an example I'll just give, that if at all, if you get a chance, so natural science where it is a proved effect, area of, it can be through your personal knowledge or through shared knowledge. Okay, let me, another exercise now. I'm giving this title. None of us is as smart as all of us. Okay, I already mentioned the same thing. Let us skip this now. Let us skip this, because the same thing I discussed. A map is only useful if it simplifies things. To what extent does this apply to knowledge? This is a title given to you. You are asked to write TOK essay, 1600 words. This is the title given to you. And then your immediate thing is, you have to raise a question, knowledge question. So now I am asking, David, can you tell me what is the knowledge question you can think of this? Read this 5-6 times, then only. Because now I may be asking in 5 minutes, but actually in the correct true method, it is 2-3 months you may take. The map is only useful if it simplifies things. To what extent does this apply to knowledge? What knowledge question you can raise? knowledge question you can raise. Because once you raise the knowledge question, then based on that, you are going to find the area of knowing, base of knowing, and the evidence and the writing. So tell me the question. You tell me what knowledge question, because each one can be different now. It's an exercise, small exercise.
How does
How does?
map simplify things?
Oh, very good. Good question. How does map simplifies things? It is acceptable question. Once you have recognize the question, then your next task is to find out in which area I can use and which base I can use. So let me ask, I think, as an exercise to each one, edit, start from you. What question you can? Others can think of the question, so that each one is going to give a question. Because normally all the questions are correct, but after the question developed, you should give the right areas of knowing, right ways of knowing, and then evidence. So you can start thinking now. Maybe the last person will get more time to think. What question? Or if anybody got the question, put your hands up and then let me know the question. Okay, I have got. What kind of map? Complete the question. You are asking me. You are asking me what kind of? What kind of map? What is your question? You said what kind of map? This question showing. It's not sounding properly. You can say like this now. What kind of map simplifies things? That way you can ask the question. What kind of map simplifies things? That can be the knowledge question. And then you can proceed further. So that way, so I redrafted the question now. I actually recorrected. So this way, that is why when you write it, read it, you yourself can correct it. So anybody else, just put your hands up. Sakura.
I got up with two questions.
Yes, very good.
The first one is how people decide and classify useful things and non-useful things. And the second one is how people are affected by information we got from the site.
With respect to this, how people are affected from the website information. What does this? Correct, that is also correct, because the knowledge is referring to website. Correct. It is. Your question is correct. Now after that you have to think further and then correct. So this question you are able to give in 5 minutes. But really you are not giving in 5 minutes. You can think for a month, write the question. Next month you can think now. Anybody else? Okay, Amaka. Very good. What is the importance of simplified things? There are more specific now. See, use the keyword simplification. So because why is it very good? We can write lot of evidences now. Lot of evidences. So means if you choose the right knowledge question, you can write that essay perfectly. Anybody else? You cannot answer any question. Can you give me a question? This will be the last question. Yours is the last question. We are waiting for your question. Because everybody is thinking critically. You are not thinking critically. Give me a good question, then I will leave all of it.
Why you have to simplify things?
Why we have to simplify things? Okay, I can correct it with a little addition. Why we have to simplify things for the knowledge?
Okay.
Huh? Okay. Okay. This way, the question is formed, developed. So that is why, say every time you think, redraft again and again. How many times you will redraft your essay? 25. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. If anybody has any other questions? Or if you remember to read the class ends. Next, another class will come here. This period. So if you have any questions, you can ask me now. You have any questions? But remember to read this completely. This gives you this. Why you want me to? It's costly.
Thank you. That's one I have to Thank you very much.
This is the tribute to Talaiwa.
मुझको थोड़ा राउंड घुमा के अन्ना के जैसा चश्मा लगा के कोकोनट में लस्सी मिला के आ जाओ सारे मूड बना के मुझको थोड़ा राउंड घुमा के अन्ना के जैसा चश्मा लगा के कोकोनट में लस्सी मिला के आ जाओ सारे मूड बना के और मैं रजनी फैन don't miss that chance और मैं रजनी फैन don't miss that chance डिस्को में जब ये गाना बजेगा on the floor आना पड़ेगा लुंगी को उठाना पड़ेगा स्टेप करके दिखाना पड़ेगा डिस्को में जब ये गाना बजेगा on the floor आना पड़ेगा लुंगी को उठाना पड़ेगा स्टेप करके दिखाना पड़ेगा और मैं रजनी फैन don't miss that chance और मैं रजनी फैन don't miss that chance नाइट क्लब में आया मैं तो मुझको रोकेगा कौन और गाय